Hello, hello, my darlings. I hope you all are doing well. I am so glad you all are here. I am in a bit of a petty mood, so I thought I should do a little live stream that reflects my petty mood today. And I am so glad you all are here. Say hello to the mods as you come into the chat and to those that are joining the live for the first time. Hello and welcome. I hope you have a couple laughs and enjoy yourself here. And to those that are coming over from watching my home movies of Meghan when she was a child taken by Thomas Markle Sr., and even asking, where is Doria? Even though Meghan likes to claim Doria raised her. To those that are coming from Twitter from watching those petty videos that I posted, and then I dropped my YouTube link down below for you all to come and join. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I think we should be petty today. And the reason why I feel like we should be petty today, because, every time William and Catherine come out, every time they step out into the public, whenever I make a post about them, just talking about their love and how amazing they are together, we basically, well, I don't know about you, but I get a ton of very triggered squatties in the comment section. Now, I don't know why, considering they all claim to dislike me so much, but they love coming to my comment section, which I don't mind at all because, engagement is engagement to me. And look at this. So I saw this comparison going around Twitter or X, whatever the heck you want to call it, online yesterday, and I just had to screen grab it and share it here because let's trigger the squatties today. Let's get them upset by them seeing how in love William and Catherine are. I know that they're a raggedy trollop of a failure of a duchess, Meghan Markle, likes to claim that, Harry and I have the greatest love story. Harry and I are so in love. We love each other so much. I just can't be without my husband. I just can't. Yeah, okay, girl. Like, we see that the only reason, in my opinion, that Meghan Markle married Harry is to get where she is right now. The only reason, and I have always said this, the only reason Meghan Markle married Harry was to do exactly what she is doing now, for him to open opportunities for her, because she would never have those opportunities before. If it wasn't for who she married and the royal family connection, who would Meghan Markle be today? A complete nobody. But she wants to claim that her and Harry have the greatest love story, when we can see anyone with two eyeballs, anyone with a functioning brain cell can tell Meghan Markle and Harry cannot stand each other. And for some odd reason, when they see William and Catherine and how secure they are in their love and respect for one another, they get so triggered. They get so angry. They start posting photoshopped images of William looking angry or Catherine's face looking haggard with like tons of wrinkles and her looking angry. I mean, we see it. It's jealousy. It's 100% jealousy because people hate seeing a fairy tale love story if it's not theirs. And to be honest, in my opinion, I think William and Catherine are living out the love story that many little girls, back in the day used to dream about. You marry your prince, you go on to live happily ever after, you love and respect each other, you grow with one another over the years, and you guys basically become one. Basically, you're two souls that have become so intertwined with one another that you are in sync now. Yes, Krista, because William and Catherine married for the right reasons, and they took their time too. It wasn't like Meghan who needed to do something because she ran out of money, she had no prospects, and she was completely desperate. This we're talking about, like, how old were William and Catherine when they got married? They were still like in their 20s, okay? They were dating since St. Andrews. They had a long time for Catherine to be shown, like, and I'm sure that William did his part in getting Catherine ready. Like, this is what goes on with my family. Like, do you think you can handle it? Like, I'm sure he worried about it. I'm sure when they had that separation period where they allegedly broke up, I always think that it wasn't really a breakup. It was more like William wanting to make sure that Catherine was in it and she could deal with the stress that came with being married into the royal family. And I felt like once they saw that they couldn't be without each other, William was 28 and Catherine was 29. Thank you, Katie. I feel like when they saw that they couldn't be with one another, that's when you know that you're meant to be with that person. And we see over the years, like, this was 2011, this is 2025 now. And you see that their love and respect for one another has only grown. And they have become, like I said, two souls have become one. Yeah, Queen Elizabeth was beaming at William and Catherine's wedding. She was so happy. Now, contrast that to what we saw at, the wedding of Meghan and Harry. And I have never seen the Queen's face look in such anger, in this manner at a wedding. This was crazy. When I saw this, I was like, oh my God. Oh dear, let the games begin. That's basically what what I thought. I was like, oh dear, here we go. The drama has started. Now that she's got the ring on her hand and she's getting married to this guy, you know, and I'll never understand. I know that the queen was a smart woman. I know she didn't have to say anything. Her face did say it all. And the thing that I'll never understand is that, was it really the whole accusations of calling the royal family a racist that they allowed Harry to go ahead and marry this raggedy trollop, despite knowing how much of a pain in the ass she was before they even walked down the aisle? The queen, if you guys remember, there was an article back in 2018 where the queen had to reprimand Meghan Markle and tell her, you don't speak to the cooks in that manner, because Meghan claimed she could taste eggs in an eggless dish. Just being the uppity bitch that she was. She thought she was marrying a prince. She thought she was better than everyone. And she thought that she could boss around all, like, the housekeepers, the house staff, and people like that, because they are lesser than her. And that's how Meghan's brain works. She thinks that she is better than everyone else. But if you think about it, I know Meghan likes to claim, oh, Harry and I know William, she wishes it was William. Harry and I have the greatest love story in the world. No, I don't think so. Not at all. Because the only reason you married Harry was to reopen a TIG 2.0, which is failing miserably. It was to basically marry a prince and leech off of government handouts, pretending that you're a charity helping out other people when you're not. Just like how Archewell is probably going to apply for some government fire assistance, since Harry has been doing all these stops at the Santa Barbara like fire department and showing up to the first responders events and them claiming that they were having people at their house. Yeah, Meghan Markle is a leech, and the only reason she married Prince Harry was to be a leech on society. She wanted to pretend that she is a humanitarian when really she's always had her hands out begging for money. And that's what she's been doing this entire time. She's done it with her dad. She's done it from all her boyfriends. She's done it to the royal family. She's done it to all her friends around her and all the connections around her. And finally, she is now doing it with governments and charities and getting assistance and running fraudulent charities. And the thing that I want to know the most about is that Prince Harry has been living in the US for now 5 years. He has not filed a single tax return or anything, but he's been getting paid under the table. He's been getting paid for his work. Yeah, so how does he not have any taxes? How has he not paid any taxes while living in the United States? Why? Because Harry thinks he's exempt. He thinks that he's special. He thinks that just because he's a prince, he doesn't have to pay for anything. Yeah, finding loopholes. You remember Mike in Dax Shepard's podcast that Harry did? He literally said that all of these charities have a loophole, and one must find that loophole and exploit it to their benefit. That idiot literally said those words. Like, he told us what he was planning on doing from the very beginning. That's what he's been doing. But back to the subject here, we can tell that these two have been in love with each other for a very long time, and people hate seeing a couple in love. People hate seeing a couple so happy that they don't care about what others say about them. Because for how long now have we seen people go after the fact that William married a girl that he first saw doing a fashion show catwalk for a charity? I know that the Sussex squad want to paint it as something nefarious because their own raggedy trollop was, a $2 sucky sucky hoe. But besides that, they want to make it seem like Catherine was the same. Remember when Catherine used to clean yachts during the summer? She used to work on yachts. They would claim that, oh, guess what? Catherine's a yacht girl too. Anything that Meghan Markle and Sussex squad fans accuse Catherine and William of, know that it is 100% deflection, and it is usually what they are doing. Meghan Markle being a yacht girl, now they want to claim, oh, look, Catherine was a yacht girl. Catherine was never a yacht girl. Get real. That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard in my life. They think that, oh, look, William and Catherine, when they used to hang out with their friends on yachts, she's a yacht girl. No, darling, no. William and Catherine grew up with friends that had actual money, that came from old money, whose family had access to that type of stuff. Catherine or William, nobody had to go licky, no popsicles just to get on a boat like Meghan Markle did. None of that was required. Meghan seems to think that just because she had to get on her knees and unhinge her jaw and to fit bananas down the back of her esophagus, that everyone else did it also. But no, Meghan, life does not work that way. Not everyone has to be a $2 sucky sucky. Anyways, Maureen says Meghan Markle isn't fit to lick the doo-doo off Catherine's boots. Girl, I wouldn't even let her go near Catherine's boots because she would probably put some kind of marking tracking device, something on it. Okay. Catherine can sail. Exactly. Catherine can actually sail. And we've seen her sailing skills when they were on their tour in the Caribbean. And we've also seen how competitive her and Prince William get when they are competing against each other. Get the holy water out. I'm sorry. Was that too descriptive? Fit bananas down the back of her esophagus. Sometimes I got to think to get around YouTube censors and guidelines. I got to be a little, what's the word? Colorful with my vocabulary. But you can see it from the beginning. William and Catherine have always had love and respect for one another. And you can see that as with what has happened with Meghan just coming into their lives and just being like a bat out of hell and just causing a disturbance, you see that with everything they have gone through, even with Catherine's health diagnosis and everything, this is a man that loves his wife. His love for his wife has grown by leaps and bounds. And I know that triggered the squatties for, I don't know why, but they were so mad when I mentioned that. But look at this. You can tell he loves her. And especially after going through a scare like they had, a year that they had, when you have been with a person for so long, like what William and Catherine have been together for so long, I bet you William was scared. A lot of people don't think about what William must have been going through. I mean, having your father and hearing that your father might have cancer is one thing, but knowing that your partner, your life partner, and you see how much love William has for Catherine, I bet you when he got that phone call that day when he was supposed to do the reading at the memorial service and he had to pull out at the last minute, I could only imagine the emotions that were going through him. I could not imagine. I bet you he probably started breaking down crying where nobody could see him in a dark room somewhere. It would be absolutely devastating to get the news that your loved one, your soulmate, the mother of your 3 children, all of a sudden has tested positive for something when she went in for something else. I mean, thank goodness that it was caught early, but this, you see that after that, their love has definitely grown and it has brought them together. Yeah, we all wanted to give him a hug. We saw that when the news first came out, William lost weight. We all saw how much weight he lost. I mean, it was hard not to see it. We saw, but now that his wife is better, now that his wife has gone into remission, like especially yesterday, you could see the way that he was looking at Catherine. He is so proud of her. He's gained the weight back that he lost. He looks like the weight of the world has lifted off his shoulders. And Mike, you're right. That kind of love is definitely hard to find. It's like that one in a million type of love, right? That's so little of us. Like I always say, I hope like people can have that dream where they meet their soulmates. But in the world that we have today, that's kind of hard to do, with the whole degeneracy being pushed and everything. And finding true, real, everlasting love, like say what William and Catherine have or what our grandparents used to have back in the day, it's kind of lost now. We don't have that. But sometimes when you do find that, you hold on to it. Just like how William said, I think it was his mother who said that when you find someone special, you hold on to them. And Furby says, well said, Molly. Catherine is living the dream. She loves her husband. He loves her. You can see that it is the real thing. W and C were together from when they were both 18 and they had a 10-year courtship. That's the thing. Like there was a recent, what was it? Was it an article or an interview? I forget who said it, but I'm sure once I start talking about it, you guys will remember in the chat. But someone had mentioned that if William and Catherine weren't royals, they would probably be living a private life somewhere, not wanting to be celebrities, not wanting to have the limelight in there. Because you see, William and Catherine, they don't go looking for the limelight. You never see Catherine looking into the cameras like a hyena in heat in the way Meghan Markle does. Meghan Markle, if she sees a camera and she starts eye fucking it, like her life depends on it. It's like if she doesn't do it, then she might start melting. Ah, right. It was the Jason Knopf interview. Thank you, Victoria. Thank you so much. Damn adverts. I thought I turned off the advert thing so that it wouldn't come on during the live and that. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I turned that off. I'm sorry, friends. I thought I fixed that. But with William and Catherine, you can see that their love for one another has grown, especially for everything that they have gone through. And with William and Catherine, having each other is is completely priceless. Let's say that. Having one another and the love that they have and the respect that they have for one another is something so priceless that you can't put a dollar amount on it. I keep hearing stories about how when Meghan wants to divorce Harry, that she wants a payout and she wants property and she wants this and that. Well, that's the problem, is that Meghan married Harry because of what he had and what he could do for her. Whereas Catherine and William got married for all the right reasons. They got married because they truly do love each other. I bet you if the monarchy was to end tomorrow, then William and Catherine would be fine. They would go off and live their private lives and they would have well adjusted children. They would have well mannered children. They would go off and live their own lives and they would be completely okay. Whereas Harry, if the monarchy was gone tomorrow, he wouldn't know where to begin. Meghan would go. Let's be honest. If tomorrow we got a notice saying the monarchy is going to be dissolved, I bet you within that 5 minutes of that notice dropping, we will get a notice that Meghan Markle has filed from divorce from Prince Harry. That's what we would hear. And to be honest, the more I hear about Meghan talking about how in love her and Harry are, how much they love each other, how much they care about each other, blah, 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 all that makes you realize that there is no love there at all. Makes you realize that these two cannot stand each other. She'd flee quicker than the speed of sound. She definitely would. Harry needed a good woman, but Harry got the woman that he deserves. Let's be honest, Zafina. Harry got the woman that he deserves in his life because Harry has always been an asshole. Harry has always been a prick. You hear the stories about Harry throwing women in their not cotillion outfits, in their oh dear, in their gowns, in their ball gowns, into a fountain at the Duke of Westminster's birthday party. You hear about, we saw images of Harry stumbling out of nightclubs, drunk as hell, trying to fight the paparazzi. Harry never married an aristocratic woman, or I always say, let me word it this way. Harry is a prince, and yet nobody ever wanted to marry Harry because of the asshole that he is. Despite him being a prince, there was nobody in their aristocratic circles that wanted to touch Harry with a 10-foot pole. Now you tell me, if there's a prince around, usually women would be throwing themselves at them, but not Harry, because we all saw how much of a loser Harry was. We all saw how much of a coddled dingbat Harry was. Harry never grew up being that little kid who would pick his nose at the age of 10 and wipe it on like the windows thinking it was funny. Oops. Harry is that type of person who has never grown up from that age. Marty Brown, thank you, says William and Catherine have such a unique bond. It is so beautiful to see. It is not anything near what Harry and Megsy pretend to have. Definitely. And the thing is that we all have seen this love. We can see that Meghan and Harry's love is very fake. And yeah, Harry basically married someone who wants to be their mother. And I think it's actually very gross. There are not role models for what a good marriage should be. You're definitely right. And Harry doesn't need a good woman. He needs a psych evaluation. This comment section is on fire. Thank you, guys. Sometimes I got to keep my eyes off the comment section because just because like I get sidetracked off of what I'm saying, because the comment section is hot. It's always hot and burning up here. It's fun. It's messy. We always have a good time. Harry is disgusting. Now, the thing is that people always get upset at seeing William and Catherine just being respectful towards each other. And that's what I'll never understand. Like, when have we ever seen William and Catherine behave like this towards each other in public? I would like here, since I know there are probably many Sussex squatties here listening, I would like here's a challenge for you guys. I would like to for you guys to find a photo that you haven't photoshopped, that you haven't played with. Find an image of William and Catherine looking like this out in public. Oh, wait. Post it and then tag me on Twitter or email it to me at MeghansMole@gmail.com. Send it over. I'd love to see it because I bet you will never find this. This is supposed to be a couple in love. Look at this. She can't stand Harry, but she's staring at him through the corner of his eye to make sure that he is not checking out any other woman. If you guys are asking where this is at the Katy Perry concert that they went to. They went to that one. That was the one. They didn't even take their kid, even though Katy Perry's husband Orlando Bloom had their child there. So squatties, that is a challenge for you guys. Find a picture of William and Catherine where they look stank-faced like Harry and Meghan. I bet you won't. I also wanted to show you that the big difference. I showed you this photo of what William and Catherine's wedding looked like, right? It was a very happy occasion. Everyone was joyful. Everyone was happy that day. And then when you contrast that, my friends, to what Harry and Meghan's wedding was, look at this image here that I found on Getty Images. And now I didn't see this image for a while. I found this one while I was looking for some other ones. But this image, does it not tell you and give you a heads up of what Harry's relationship, what he was walking into? Look at this. This is Harry's wedding after they said I do as man and wife and they were exiting the chapel. This was the foreshadowing of what Harry's life was about to become. Now, this was their actual wedding, not the one that was 3 days before, like Meghan liked to claim. But doesn't this photo symbolize Harry's married life? Full of darkness and unhappiness and doom and gloom waiting for him. That's what, holy water and sage for everyone. Holy water and sage for everyone. She shouldn't have been wearing white and she shouldn't have had a veil. That's what I think that the Queen was really upset about too, because the Queen is a religious woman. It was said that Meghan had promised that she wouldn't be wearing a veil, that she wouldn't be wearing a white dress. And I think she personally, because what is said is that you're supposed to show your dress to the Queen before you get married, right? And then I think personally that Meghan Markle showed a whole different wedding dress to the Queen, and then she swapped it out at the last minute for this blinding white outfit because she made sure that her veil was longer than the Queen's veil and was longer than Catherine's veil and was longer than Diana's veil. And that veil was thick. It was hideous. She made a mockery of the whole entire thing. I feel like that's why the Queen was especially angry that day too, because Meghan maybe had shown her like maybe an off-white colored wedding dress that she was going to wear. And then she shows up on that day in this white outfit that just looked terrible. And with a ton of space in the stomach area, because as I have said before, I think Meghan lied and said that she was pregnant, which is why she had to get married first. And Eugenie's wedding had to be pushed further down, even though she was supposed to get married first. Like, that's why I was wondering, like, Meghan's wedding dress had so much space in the stomach area. Here, let me show you a photo. And I've always said, Meghan was claiming that she was pregnant. Here, you see all the extra fabric that's bunching here? They thought that she was going to be pregnant and with child. And I remember Arthur Edwards. This video has now been scrubbed off of the internet. And I wish if you guys, I noticed that some other people have agreed with me because they heard Arthur Edwards say this also, but Arthur Edwards did an interview where he said that Meghan and Harry were in such bad moods on the day of their wedding because Meghan claimed that she had a miscarriage the morning of, and Harry was pissed off, and that the wedding was supposed to actually get canceled, but it was too late for them to do that. So they had to go through with it. Yeah, she faked. Like, how many miscarriages has this woman faked to get her way? And she is a ding dong for sure, Katie. Thank you. She definitely is a ding dong. But for Meghan to constantly claim that we are so in love, we have the greatest love story ever. No, you don't. You have a nightmare of a love story. Your love story is one that I would tell my child, like, look, this is the type of woman that you would stay away from. Do you remember in this image too, there was a fly that came and sat right on her face and she didn't even flinch. She didn't even move. The fly sat there for a good 2 seconds and then flew off. Now that was an omen right there. That was a sign right there. And Harry should have taken that sign and ran like a bat out of hell. He should have ran out of that church repenting, asking for forgiveness, but he didn't. And now look at his life, because ever since that, it's just been an act. It's been a complete act. I mean, who looks, Meghan was like, what, 40 years old here? Who behaves in this manner? Nobody does. And the constant, like, oh, we're so in love. We're so in love. We love each other. No, you don't. Flies are attracted to doo-doo. I was wondering if that was the same fly that sat on Mike Pence's head during that during that debate. Remember? Right on the top of his head, on top of his white hair. That was hilarious. Yep, she's the type of girl you never bring home to family. If anything, I would show my child a picture of Meghan Markle and be like, this is the type of woman that you would stay away from. Do not fall for their antics. Do not fall for their trickery, for their sorcery, for anything. Make sure you've got your holy water in your pocket. So when a witch, no, witches, no, there are good witches in this world, so I should not call Meghan Markle a witch. So this scallywag, Meghan Markle the scallywag. So if there's a scallywag that approaches you and wants to take your soul, then throw this holy water and watch them melt. Throw the holy water at them and watch that demon get away from you, because demon. Teach your sons very well, definitely. Mothers need to teach their sons definitely about women like Meghan Markle. They definitely should. And too bad Harry brought home a piece of work who never loved him. He basically is stuck now. Because look, there's a big difference here. Let me show you this here. When William and Catherine were getting married, let me find this photo. I've got so many tabs open because I wanted to show you all the photos that I could within the time frame. So here, when William and Catherine were getting married, like, look, Catherine was just like, number one, she said she was very nervous that day. She could hear her teeth chattering, but also like she's in love with her Prince Charming here. She loves her man. That is her Prince Charming. She married him for all the right reasons. Now contrast that photo to this one that I have right here for you guys. Contrast that to here, to this photo. This is the face of a woman that's like, cha-ching, bitch. I win. I'm going to make your life a misery now. I am the Duchess now. I am a princess. I have got that pot of gold and I am going to dig now. Yeah, it's like, look at me. It was all look at me, look at me. It wasn't like, there was no, like, she wasn't into her new husband that she married. She wasn't like you didn't see any love. You didn't see any sparks there like you see with a couple who just got married. Look at this one. She was more, this is what I always was like a red flag to me, in my opinion, was Meghan from the very beginning waving at people. You know, when they did the whole, like, they originally got engaged if it was 3 days before. But when they announced their engagement and they went to the Sunken Gardens at Kensington Palace to do the photo call there, and Meghan comes out like waving to like the cameras and everything, and you just knew like, oh, this broad is doing it all for show. She doesn't love this man. She doesn't like him at all. She's doing it for the cameras because she's never gotten this kind of attention before. She's never had this sort of attention, this kind of constant, everyone looking at her. Look at me. Yeah, it's always look at me, look at me, look at me. It's all about me. And we have seen so far everything being about Meghan has been absolute trash. Everything we have seen about Meghan and learned about Meghan has been a lie because Meghan is not a nice person. She is not a nice individual. I posted this back on August 2024. And I said that these were basically Harry and Meghan's relationship in stages. So number one, pretending to be in love with the ginger dimwit. Remember, she's holding on to him, clutching him, still holding like, oh, I love him so much. Number two, hand on thigh, somewhat still into him, somewhat still pretending like she still loves him, And then we get the hand on the knee where Meghan is tolerating him. This is when you know a woman can't stand you, but she will still tolerate you for the, just for the clicks, just to keep up appearances. That's it. And then on the last photo that we got here, Meghan just barely touching Harry's knee. She cannot fucking stand him at this point. At this point, he is sleeping with the dogs or the frogs or at the hotel room, wherever he is. But this woman thinks she is the main character. Everything should be about her. And whenever someone else is speaking, then, life has just gone completely haywire. YK says, let this be a lesson to be mindful of whom you choose to marry. Princess Catherine has elevated everything for the royal family and is a tremendous blessing to Prince William and their beautiful children. Definitely. I always say that the partner that you choose to spend your life with should be someone that wants to make you always a better version of yourself every single day. A person who wants you to be the best, the person who wants to see you succeed and be happy, someone who wants you to live a happy life, a joyful life without drama. Oh, Monster's dreaming. You might hear him in the background. And then you have Harry and Meghan, where Meghan has basically, I say, you know what? We should give Meghan a round of applause, and I will give her credit here. Meghan did bring out the real Harry and expose the true Harry to us people, because the royal family did a good job of giving Harry the playboy persona where he's very fun, where he's outgoing, where he is the happy-go-lucky prince. And Meghan Markle has exposed him and shown that, you know what, that was nothing but palace manufactured PR just to make Harry appear like a nice guy. Harry is truly an asshole. Harry is a jerk off. This is who Harry is. You know what Harry wrote in Spare about his teacher and how ugly looking he was and how he described her body and spoke in such a horrible manner about her? That is the real Harry. Harry's always been a jerk. And we need to always give Meghan, I will give her a round of applause for exposing the true Harry to us, because now we know that the royal family have had to put up with a lot of his bullshit and coddled him a lot, because this guy is an idiot. I feel sorry for William and Catherine, who always had to babysit that moron on their engagements. John says, Molly, you took those ordinary pictures of Meghan and elevated them with your comments. It's the most glamorous moment of my life. Oh, that's too funny. I bet you guys heard mascot monster in the background. He's eventually going to come out as bi. I don't know, but he should. Harry could totally use that to his advantage since it is, it's not frowned upon anymore. Because we see Harry loves touching men's nipples. We see how handsy he gets with women. I mean, not with women, with men. We see how, like, I've never seen Harry giddy or excited in the manner that I see him like this, for instance. Let me show you here. Look at him here. Him and his little friend Trudeau. Now that Trudeau's out of office, I bet you him and Harry are probably going to go have some nice time together, some quiet times catching up. But you see how giddy Harry is with men, how happy he is, how handsy he is. And then you see him with women, or you see him with Meghan, and you've never see him like ever happy in that manner. I mean, look at him here. No, not really. I never see Harry hugging Meghan in the manner that you see him hugging other men. You never see it. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. I'm just saying, Harry, come out and live your truth. That's all. Did you see Drew Barrymore and Meghan now? That was something. Yes, I definitely saw that. And you could tell that Drew Barrymore did not fall for Meghan's BS. But then again, people are saying that Meghan had this thing where because she's royal, nobody can touch her, and that only she can hug people. But I feel like Drew's face told us all that she didn't believe the shit that Meghan was shoveling anyways. She didn't believe any of that. We see the way that, I showed you guys the picture of Meghan pretending to be all googly eyed over Harry, right? But then you want to see the look of love that Meghan will give someone who she actually does adore. Look at that. Now that is a look of I adore you. I love you. I want to be with you. Have we ever seen Meghan give this look to Harry besides those absolutely ridiculous doe eyes that are completely fake? No. Compare the two. Compare and contrast the two, and you will see it is not the same. It is not the same look at all. You can tell that Meghan sure loves her William, but then again, who wouldn't? He's a totally family man. He cares about his wife. He is an actual helicopter pilot. Let me correct myself. William is an Apache helicopter pilot. William can perform stunts of landing and hovering his helicopter on the water to rescue, in order to rescue people. And he has done that. It's William who is a pilot. William is number one, and that is who Meghan has always wanted, but she will never get him because stay back, wench. He already has his queen, and that is Catherine. William would never go for a raggedy, used up wench like Meghan Markle, a scallywag who deserves to be walked off the plank. And even if she was walked off the plank, I bet you all the ocean, or like the fish in the ocean, would probably run away from her. But I love this photo of Catherine when she was leaving the service yesterday. Just look at these little the altar boys, the choir boys, just looking at her in awe, just in like, oh, she's so beautiful, she's so amazing. I mean, can't help it. The world loves Catherine because Catherine has never put a foot wrong. Catherine has never, ever done anything to disrespect the monarchy. And then you had this raggedy trollop who came in from LA who couldn't even show a little bit of respect to the royal family. They threw everything towards her, and yet she still acts like it's not good enough. But apparently sprinkling dried flowers and shit like that is amazing. Like, get lost. There's a big difference. Yeah, Catherine is genuine, and you can see the genuineness. You can see the honesty through her. You can see that she's genuine, and not Meghan. Meghan is fake. Meghan doesn't even know who Meghan is. Let's be completely honest there. Meghan has no idea who she is, which is why she is constantly trying to pretend to be someone else, which is why she is always pretending to be like Martha Stewart or Gwyneth Paltrow or Princess Diana, or sorry, I mean Diana, Princess of Wales. And nope, doesn't work. But like I said, the only love story that I believe is William and Catherine's love story. And I figured, I might as well be a little bit petty, come and show these photos and put out a little, a little challenge to the Sussex squad. Find me a photograph of William and Catherine just not liking each other, like I said earlier. I dare you. I bet you can't find a single image. I mean, look at this. They cannot stand each other. This is just being married because they're married together. That's it. But they cannot stand each other one bit. Whereas when you see with William and Catherine, let me pull this up here. This is a man who loves his wife. This is a man who adores his wife. This is a man who would do anything for his wife. I bet you if Catherine were to say tomorrow, you know what, William, I don't want to do this anymore. I bet you William would be like, yeah, okay, let's go. Not that she would ever do something like that, because Catherine has respect for the royal family. Catherine has respect for the people of the UK and the Commonwealth. She would never do such a thing. But if Catherine wanted to leave tomorrow, if Catherine wanted to give it up tomorrow with her family and be like, look, we just want to go live a private life, a quiet life for a bit, I'd be like, go do it, girl. Go live your happy life with your husband and your 3 kids. You deserve it. But anyways, CCA, let's see what you guys are saying before I get out of here, because I just wanted to be petty for a bit. I've been petty for a while here, and I got to get ready to get to an appointment here soon. So I'm just going to read some comments, and then I'm going to get on to my way here. Let's see what you guys say. Like, seriously, how can you not love this couple? How could you dislike this couple? You see people who try and talk so much shit about this couple and their love. And number one, most people who are talking mad shit about William and Catherine's love usually are single themselves, okay? And they live with a bunch of cats. Not that there's anything wrong with being single and living with a bunch of cats, but don't go off making up shit and talking mad, nasty stuff about someone else's relationship when you can't even have one, when you can't even hold a basic relationship together. That's it. I mean, I would be overjoyed if I could find a love like William and Catherine. I would welcome that with open arms. And I'm always so happy when someone in this world finds a love like their soulmate. That's the thing. If you go around hating on other people's love, then you are just going to have hate in your heart, and you're just going to live a poisonous life like Harry and Meghan, because all they have is poison and toxicity in their hearts. And that's it. You can't build a respectful, loving marriage when it was built on fraud. And the only reason Meghan Markle married Harry was so that she could become famous, so that she could do what she is doing now, sprinkling fucking flowers on homemade donuts that she didn't even make herself in a fake house that doesn't even belong to her, because she wants to act like she is super uppity. She is a high-class individual, when at the end of the day, Meghan Markle will always be known as the girl that opened up briefcases, the one that would always get banged up a filing cabinet in suits, the one that would give BJs on 90210. Meghan Markle will always be known as what did she play in that movie? She played some hooker that was addicted to snorting some white substance. Anyways, but that's who Meghan Markle is. She's a complete failure. And the thing is that Meghan Markle, she could have became something of substance when she married into the royal family, but we saw that really she has no substance. She was given so many opportunities and she fumbled them all in the most epic manner possible. I have never seen someone be such a screw up in their lifetime as Meghan Markle. And this is the woman that claims that she is a global role model for women and girls. Yeah, right. Global role model, my rear. But anyways, I'm such a jerk sometimes. I always say, in a world full of Catherines, no, in a world full of Meghan Markles, no, let me restart that. In a world full of raggedy trollop scallywags like Meghan Markle, please be a Catherine. How's that? Instead of being a raggedy trollop like Meghan Markle, please be a Catherine. The red flag for me was when she refused to let King Charles walk her to the altar. How about letting King Charles pay for everything, then claiming that she paid for it? King Charles really got walked all over, but anyways. Stephen Magnus says her 2022 trademark, no edible flowers or jam listed. I'm telling you, nothing's going to come out to market, darling. Because look at it, like Highgrove, it's Highgrove is made of fruit. Highgrove is fruit preserves, right? Like I buy Highgrove jam and then you get full chunks of fruit, real fruit, organic, that's been grown on the Highgrove estate. And number two, all of the any item that you buy, any food item that you buy from the royal family website, from the Highgrove estate website, whatever, they're all listed. All the ingredients are listed. They're all got an expiry date on it. They all have a lot number too and a batch number in case if something goes off and they need to get recalled. Like, you're paying less for it also for a bigger container, whereas for Meghan's garbage, it's a small miniature jar and you're paying more for it. More for garbage that probably got from like Temu or Alibaba. It's got no ingredients listed. Who knows if the items are toxic even? I wouldn't put any of that stuff. I wouldn't even feed it to my dogs, let's be honest. I wouldn't give any of that stuff from Meghan Markle to anyone because nobody knows where the supplies, where the ingredients, where any of the items came from. It's shady, just like Meghan Markle is. Yes, Casey's jam is way better. They have a delicious Seville orange marmalade that they made that I have bought a couple times now. And it is oh my God, I dream about it. You know what? Once I get off this live, I'm going to actually go have some because that Seville marmalade is like, oh, so good. So delicious. My mouth is watering now. Temu, Walmart is too nice. Temu more like it. I'm telling you. Yeah, everything Meghan Markle does is all about cutting corners, and just like she wants to always start at the top by doing the least amount of work. That's what she does. She does the least amount of work, but yes, she wants the maximum amount of return on it. And it's just, yeah. Meghan's a failure, man. Just a huge failure. And like we saw with her Netflix show, she has no ideas, no creativity. There's nothing special about her. She's just an empty void. That's it. And the fact that she keeps claiming that, oh, we have the greatest love story ever. No, you don't. I wouldn't want your love story. You and Harry look like you have a toxic love story, and definitely not a loving one. If I want a love story, the love story that I would look up to would definitely be this one. This is a love story that I would want. I would want someone that I know is going to be with me through thick and thin. Yes, Maureen, and the money goes all to charity also, whereas Meghan's jams, they all go into Meghan's pockets. Yeah. Salmonella sandwiches are her specialty, allegedly. Oh, we saw that. That was disgusting. If you guys didn't see that video, make sure you go see that, how I made the Duchess disgusting. Blech. Disgusting. Anyways, guys, I'm going to get the heck out of here or I'm going to be late for my appointment. I will catch you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for being here. And thank you so much for hanging out here with me for 53 minutes. You guys know I appreciate all of you so much. You all that are watching this on the replay later, I appreciate you all checking it out also. Martha, it is said that this so-called second season is just leftover scenes, and it's also whatever Meghan and Harry recorded during the LA fires was going on. So Meghan is going to try, and from what I heard, is going to try and work that into the second part, where she's gonna exploit the people of the wildfires, where she's gonna make herself appear like a savior going around to hug people. Oh, it's gonna include the Palisades, it's gonna include Altadena, it's gonna include all of the places that burnt down. She's probably gonna use that little girls charity, the Altadena girls charity. She's probably gonna exploit that and make it seem like she did something special about it. We see Harry still attending like first responder events for some reason. I don't know why. But anyways, if that does happen, if Meghan does use the images of the wildfires and the devastation of the wildfires, trust me, my friends, I will be there to drag her for absolute filth. Okay, because that's enough. You already exploited Uvalde. You've already exploited other tragedies. Like, that's enough, you ghoul. That's enough. But trust me, I will definitely drag her for filth. I will be there. First one. Anyways, guys, I better get out of here. I better get going. Thank you all so much for being here. Make sure you thank the mods as you exit the chat. And make sure you please hit the like button and share. And I will catch you all in the next one. I plan on making a video about all of the hazards of Meghan's cooking show, but yikes, it's gonna be a doozy, that's for sure. Anyways, my friends, I better run or I'm going to be late here, and I will catch you in the next one. I will see you. Bye.